think I had 2021 with a lot more data. So in here I see my 3 companies that I have data for. So again, all summarized in here. And then lastly, because you do have those intercompany transactions.
All in US dollar right now. They're all in US dollar at this moment. So
yeah, I mean, you can switch between different currencies. So you have your display currency. So if you need to display it in a different currency, and then you also have when you want to select that particular currency conversion date. So if you have very detailed rates that you upload every day, you can select the specific rate that you for the 10th of August. And I wanted to come back. Here we go. So, and sorry for that, it takes too long. It's either my crappy internet or, in this case, when the system looks at a particular document or transaction, it looks at all the possible options. And then from there, because it's in-memory database, it creates all the possible outcomes. And then from there, you're easily able to access all this stuff. So in this case, going back to digging deeper into the one second, buddy. Digging in deeper into from a financial statement, from a line item report to the actual transaction. And here, in this case, it was more of a journal entry. In this case, it was a payroll entry that I entered for an entry and then for a demonstration. And then in here, I can take a look at those because it's 2 journal entries that were posted. So one for the US set of books and one for the IFRS set of books. Any other questions? I know we're coming up to 20 minutes over the allotted time here.
Can you go back to the summary balance sheet for a second? This will be my last question, hopefully.
Yep, go ahead.
I wanted to get okay there. So if you double click on, can you double click on these numbers to get details, or what does it take?
Yeah, so here with the numbers that you see on financial statement, you have a couple of options: line items, trial balance, reporting structure.
Okay, so let's just take one example, like AR. Let's take AR, trade, accounts receivable trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see. So you're hitting the arrow. What you're doing?
Yeah.
That arrow.
Yeah, so I switched up. I've not closed my books properly, but yes, I can select this one here. We can do line items, trial balance, one of the 2.
Why don't we do GL accounts?
Okay. So yes, it shows you the GL accounts, posting date, journal entries, along with the, if applicable, cost or profit center, and then debits and credits. Okay. And then with each journal entry, again, you can go into the details for that. And if we need to, we have additional fields like accounting period, business residence, or business partner if involved. So let's say, for instance, I think for AR, there should be a business partner for some of these. Yep. So we have some of our customers here listed. So we can keep on adding to the reporting and adjusting how you want to see the information.
Is there a way to double click on that first customer invoice to see what the invoice looks like? And
yes, so here, so in here, one, I can go, one way to do this is through the journal entry. I can view the source document. So in here, depending on what the source document is, if in this case it was the invoice, and here I'm looking at the invoice. So here I am just looking at high-level information. If I click on more, this was going to bring me up the document flow. It's going to bring me up, the output.
You actually have the source document on PDF. I think I saw it just on that previous screen. So
yes, yeah, you can do outputs from the system.
There's a source document.
So, yep, this is the invoice that's sent out, and this is actually one of the consulting ones, finalized design sessions. We can change the format again, yeah.
Okay.
And I apologize, I do have to go. I know that the demo's gone over a few minutes over, but feel free to send us any questions, or if you have any other items, or perhaps people who were not able to attend, if they have questions, we will release the recording out to you guys. So look at your inboxes. We'll be able to distribute the recording. All right.
And guys, we can do a follow-up session as well if you want to do more of like a proof of concept. Come up with some questions or some specific thing that you'd like to see as a follow-up. Be happy to show it to you again. Specific to those questions.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. What do you think, Kenneth? Maybe just come up with a topic list just to see how things are handled.
If you have questions, we can follow up on those open items.
Yeah.
Hello, Tom.
Tuan has a question.
Hello, Tom. Hello, Kenneth. Hello, Aaron and Singer. I'm sorry that I'm late because I'm wake up late. So I understand the SAP system before I used to be the super user for the R3 SAP version. So I familiar with this transaction already. So I believe that SAP can customize and can adapt to any process of business. I believe that.
And we recorded it for you as well, Tuan. So you'll be able to watch it that you missed. We know it's very early for you there.
Yeah. I understand that this version is HANA 2, or what is this version of SAP?
This is SAP. Aaron, do you have to go? Aaron, why don't you?
I do. I apologize, but
no.
Thank you for being a great audience. I'll leave you in good hands with Alex and Michael here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank
guys.
you, Aaron.
Bye, Aaron.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Alex, I'll let you go ahead and answer Tuan on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is SAP Business by Design. So it's going to have a lot of the features and functionality at the depth of finance that R3 has without having all of the complications. It's definitely something that's pared down a little bit, but it is designed for businesses of your size versus the Nikes, Coca-Colas, Disney's of the world.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a SAP kind of a software as a service style ERP system.
Yeah, system is analysis program and for the business. Yeah, I know. Okay, that's fine. I know all the function of this one was very familiar to me. I have experience for many years ago. Yeah.
Perfect. Any of those difficulties you may remember from R3? I know there's a lot of headaches sometimes associated with it. Something more like this, it's so much further evolved, right, than those days. So I think you'll be very happy to see when you watch the recording. A lot of that stuff is gone. Yeah. I hope.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to get questions back and show you guys a little more. So anything that you may have question-wise, happy to show you then.
All right. Thank you for your sharing. Yeah.
Of course. Anything else, guys? Kenneth, Tom?
No, just kind of at a high level, since we're also evaluating other vendors. Do you have any prepared comparison charts where you're comparing SAP with like NetSuite and other apps, so we get a feel for where the strengths are of SAP versus the other apps, and things, anything that's unique with SAP versus the other ones. It kind of helps in the evaluation process.
Well, I can't speak for Sapphire. I'll let you, Alex, in a second. But from the SAP side, we try not to necessarily, I don't want to call it play dirty, right? But to point out shortcomings overly on the other systems. However, I can arrange a call with one of our value engineers and I'm sure that they can specifically speak to that, especially if you have specifics, right? Like where it relates. And of course, like I said, the value engineer can help you guys as well see like your return on investment, different ways that SAP will help you guys ultimately in the long run, and to present to Japan as well. I forget something hearts. I'm sorry, it's evading me right
Digital. Yeah, digital hearts. Yeah.
now. Thank you very much. Alex, anything from you on that one?
I'm in the same camp. I could sit here and rip NetSuite and Microsoft Dynamics apart all day, but that's just generally not how we do business. You know, we try to let the product speak for itself. I can't necessarily.
So what do you do when for customers like? I mean, we haven't experienced it yet, so I'm sure it does speak for itself. But
yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, right? We're all talking about mid-market ERPs. They're all going to be the same price. They generally all can do the same thing. When you're looking at, you know, the real difference, it's going to be the partner that you're working with, Sapphire or whoever NetSuite's recommending, and what happens after year one. NetSuite is going to sell you something that is going to be incredibly cheap. In the first year, they're going to sell you a 1-year contract, and they're going to raise that price 10% every year going forward. Anytime you need an additional localization or you need something else to add on to the system, it's going to be a third-party add-on that is then unsupported by NetSuite, and you're going to kind of be off on your own to figure out how to keep maintaining that and make it work. You know, they've been sued a lot in the past for selling on false promises. You can Google that one. Generally, they have a decent product. It's inexpensive, but you get what you pay for, right? It's the triangle. The triangle is what is it? It's cheap, fast, and good. You can only pick 2 of those. So NetSuite is picking the 2 that are cheap and fast, but it's not going to be very good. Dynamics is a good product. It is strong in financials. It has no extensibility anywhere else, and it's a piecemeal solution. Every single thing you buy, you're going to have to buy a new license for, and you're going to have to jam it together in order to achieve what you're looking at as a holistic solution. Willing to call out on both of those as well. Not sure if they have Vietnamese localizations. Their multi-currency functionality is a little bit rough. Their multi-entity and consolidation functionality is also a little bit on the fritz oftentimes. I would say the biggest advantages of working with SAP is that, as Aaron just showed you, we have and can do everything you need out of the box. We've got good multi-currency solutions. We've got good multi-entity and multi-country solutions. SAP is known for being the leader in multinational and international brands. And then on the topic of support, you know, that care after, you'll be working with Sapphire. We do 24-hour unlimited support for all of your employees globally. So anytime you have an issue, you can call us up. We'll solve that issue. You know, I think we're 82% of issues are solved in the first calls. Anything else goes into our kind of support ticket system, which is really comprehensive. You get a support portal. We work with you guys really often. We're really focused on training. We're really focused on self-sustainability. You get access to SAP's customer success network as well. So there's just a lot of really good benefits of working with SAP and the SAP products compared to our competitors. I can keep going if you want. I can keep this all.
The one thing I would add to that is the fact that as you grow, right, like SAP is, you know, famous, right, for growing with companies. As you know, we're the tip of the spear in the mid market, but a lot of these companies, you know, I remember in my office we sold Under Armour, right? Clearly, obviously, no longer under 1 billion revenue company, but we sold it initially, and as they grow, as you add human resources, and you may want to look at SAP SuccessFactors, different analytics things, all of them run on the same backbone, which is HANA, right? Which is SAP's real-time functionality that it makes integration just, you know, seamless, right? And to Alex's point, a lot of the competitor solutions are piecemeal together, even just on the ERP, let alone when you start expanding outside of that box and wanting to look at other functionalities for your organization. You know, you want to make sure everything works very well together and seamlessly, and that's one of the biggest strengths with SAP as well.
Great. Okay,
So-
good answer, both of you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. No problem. And thank you guys for the time today. I'm looking forward to, seeing those questions, right? Please give them to us, right? We want to show you everything and everything because, like I was saying at the beginning of the demo, I know it can do it, right? I don't know what your question is, but I can almost say, it can do it, right? Because to Alex's point, right? We're the leader in the industry, right? Like if you can dream it, we can probably do it. You're probably not the first company to ask it, okay? So want to show it to you.
From my side, guys, what I'm planning to do is put together a little bit of we'll call it an executive presentation. So I'm going to work with Aaron, look at the questions you guys asked and basically have, hey, this is the issue we heard. Here's some screenshots and how we can solve it in Business by Design. Just something that you guys can look at and decide, if it needs more content. On the other side as well, I'll start getting to work on pricing in an SOW. I know you guys want to move quickly. What is your timeline like with looking at the other solutions that are on offer? And when do you want to come to an ultimate decision?
That's a good question. We also have to go through the parent company approval loop, so we have to factor that process in. But yeah, I mean, sooner the better. I'd say in the next month or so, having a firm decision, because I mean, I'm assuming it's going to take at least 3 months to get it implemented, right? So, we're I guess if that's feasible for SAP, a 3-month implementation timeframe.
Yeah.
Then I guess the target would be, we have to be ready to start to kick off on September 30th or October 1st.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would caution, with trying to get anything done around Christmas and New Year's, right? You guys are going to want to take vacation. I'm sure our implementation team will do it, but they probably also want to be on vacation as well. So just caution that, always consider, 2 weeks around there to kind of be lost time in it. So the earlier that you can get started and kind of signal to us that you're going to be going down this path, even if it's not signing anything, the better for us. We can get our teams set up and, be ready to roll the day that you guys sign.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. And Alex, how large is Sapphire from an employee headcount standpoint?
I think we're 550, 600 people. Most of those, I believe we say 70% of our employees are client facing. That's going to be people who are support consultant staff, sales consultants, pre-sales engineers, people like Aaron. We're located globally. So we have offices in the US, in New York, Los Angeles, Houston, Chicago, and Irvine. Globally, we have a big office in London, in the UK. We have an office in Ireland, Argentina, Mexico, the Philippines, as well as India. Most of our support for the US especially is going to be delivered from the US. So if you call from 9 a.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Pacific, you'll get someone in the United States. If you call later than 9 Pacific, it will go to Mexico. If you call after 12 a.m., it goes to the UK until it comes back around to us at 9 a.m. Pacific, or 9 a.m. Eastern, excuse me. So we have a big team.
That's actually an attribute. I mean, it's a strength of yours then, because not everyone offers local customer support for that time frame, right?
Yeah. I think
straight. Doesn't matter what time of the day, it goes straight over to overseas.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we've got a company. We purchased a company that primarily does SAP support. We did that 4 or 5 years ago, and they're based out of Phoenix, Arizona, and that's just like bolstered our support staff so significantly that we're almost overstaffed in that aspect. We could have 20 customers calling at the same time, and we have people to support them. Globally, we have about 1,200 customers. Specifically on BYD, we have about 250 or 300.
And how long has BYD been out for?
10 years probably now. It's been around for a good amount of time. Again, it's the solution for SAP's profile that fits best for companies in the lower mid-market professional services space that are multinational. One step before you're ready for the S4 HANA publics of the world, which is a bit of an increase in expense as far as an annual cost and the implementation.
Sure.
But when that time comes, seamless from BYD to S4, so they're compatible, right? Because we want to grow with your company.
Yeah, and Sapphire, we have a really good credit program. So if you guys implemented BYD with us, it's been 5 years, you're ready to go on to a bigger system. We give a pretty significant cost credit to you on your consultancy to help you guys move up to the larger platform if that's a decision you want to make at that time.
Great. It's good to know.
Detailed by proposal and some documentation. You guys can feel free, to send me any questions that you have, anything that's outstanding from today's demonstration. Happy to do another one that gets deeper on other topics. But we'll try to move this forward, as quickly as possible for you. And I would say expect some more documentation from me on Monday.
Good.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Awesome.
everybody. Have a good
Thanks
evening.
much for your time, Vince.
Except for poor Tuan, who's just starting his day. But the rest of you guys, enjoy the evening, and we'll talk again soon. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.